This is the Omoda, something new from the Cherry production line. This is, on its own, something unique from their line. It is a more so futuristic look to the car. Even though, yes, we are now supposed to get used to these massive grills, these massive teeth of some sort. Honestly speaking, we get used to it because it's not the first of its kind. First off, I'd like to speak on the lights. I like the lights, especially the indicator lights, the daytime running lights of some sort. It's got keyless entry. As you can see, if you step away, it automatically locks itself, and as you step closer with the key in your pocket, it recognizes that the owner is here and unlocks itself. But that still doesn't mean that you should trust the system and automatically just walk away without checking if it's actually locked. As you step into the car, you'll notice it's got a nice finish. Lack of buttons though, which if you're gonna buy this for an elderly person, they're gonna have a hard time working around it, should I say. But everything else, regardless, works seamless. It's got 3 odometer displays. It's got 3 odometer displays, as you can see here, which both change the display here on the driver's side. It's a touch screen. You've got everything. When I connect to Wi-Fi, upgrade on the sound, Bluetooth connect, home button, and should I say, it does have nice speaker sounds. Seeing as it is Sony, we did expect that. It's got wireless charging. It's got an electric handbrake, and if you don't want to listen, you can just turn it off here and choose your standby display, whichever one floats your boat. And I like them all. Ironically, there is a boat right there. As you're seated, you're greeted with this nice and plush steering wheel. Thin even for people with small hands. It's like got a nice finish. Everything is intact, buttons and everything. The only thing I don't like is this piano black part of it, because if you're wearing rings and you have long nails, you're likely going to scratch it. I think it's going to be costly to fix that. As we move on to the infotainment system, it's touchscreen, got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. In case you don't know your car has got an electric manual also, you can store pictures, you can update everything you need. Over here, you'll realize that you do have wireless charging port for your phone and for the key for some odd reason. Down here you have extra storage for any loose things. It's made of rubber down here, so things should be secured. As we go back into the infotainment screen, you will notice this little iconic person over here who you can either tap here or tap her, or just simply say, "Hello Cherry."
Yes, I'm here.
Open sunroof.
Opening the sunroof.
And as you see, it will open the sunroof, but it won't open fully, so if you need to, you'll just press a little bit more. Yes, it's not fully open, but it does the job nonetheless. Over here, you've got something called AVM, which if you press, you will realize you have a 360 display over here. You have got the back, the front, and then the 3D to look around whenever, from whichever angle. You can also tap here to direct the camera to exactly which one you want. So that's a nice touch. We've got the home button, which brings you onto the natural display, you know. You've got this button, which if you press, takes you here. You've got 2 cup holders, and then you've got an extra storage space here, which is recently deep enough to store, I would say, a loaf of bread. You've got this one over here as well, which is a decent amount itself. I think you can throw, if I count in books, 3-4 non-thick books. And yeah, it's got the nice, what I would say, GT seats. You know, They really are comfortable. Believe me, if you sit in them, you won't want to get out. Nice. They've also got ventilation. Let me quickly go to it. Yeah. As we step into the back, you realize you've got a nice shaping seat, should I say. You've got extra storage within here. You've got a charging port, 2 air vents. It's got a nice plush roof. I think if you're taller than me, you'll be struggling with headspace, but nonetheless, good space for your legs. Even if the driver was to bring the seat a little far back, it would still be enough. Seats feel comfortable and nice. I wouldn't say the same about the center, because it feels a little too tight. You don't have space here. Your legs angle at a weird position unless you're gonna be sitting like this, but for a long distance drive, I don't think this will be comfortable. But if it's just the two of you, you've got cup holders here or armrest, which is also on the soft side. And yeah, and if you can see here, you do have the option to drag the whole window down. You've got a nice feel to like the door handle to open and close. It feels like it's made with good material. You've got a nice gold trim here with like a wooden texture finish, but we know, I don't think it's real wood. We've got the speaker here, the Twitter here. This car in general has 8 speakers. This is the higher up level, so it's got 8 speakers, Sony speakers. As you go down to the tech has 6 speakers, but we don't know what brand it is exactly. As you can see, it's got a very decent amount of boot space. Never mind this, it's got a decent amount of boot space. Seeing as it's a compact SUV, it is a step up from your little hatchbacks and whatnot. Over here, you've got a little storage area, but nothing to store heavy stuff. Maybe like your car cover over here and whatnot. And underneath that, you still have a spare wheel to go with it. Me personally, I would opt to get, I don't know if it's an extra option, but you would get a bigger tire instead of a small rib. It's an electric tailgate, opens and closes by itself. If you never knew what that means, it's got soft close also. It's also got soft close on the doors. So unlike the old cars, you can just simply, seamlessly, quietly